One of my favorite things about the Sony PlayStation 5 is its backwards compatibility with the PS4. For me, that means that I could actually bring my PS4 down here into the game room to play those games, and through remote play, I can still enjoy my PS5 games remotely down here. It also means that I can go ahead and take advantage of, great games such as God of War that also has a PlayStation 5 update or an upgrade to it. One of the things I also really like about the PlayStation 5 is the new DualSense 5 controller. I think it's brilliant, it's comfortable, it's ergonomic, it feels great, and those adaptive triggers, you just gotta play it to kind of appreciate it. But if you are going back and forth and playing PS5 games and then PS4 games using a PS4 controller, even a great looking one like this, which features an LED light kit on it, it's one of those things that it does feel different and it may throw off your gameplay. But today we've got something that may just help you out here. Hey everyone, Gary here with Rock Solid Productions. I do appreciate you stopping by and checking out what we have going on here today. And what I want to know from you here in this video, what is your favorite PlayStation 4 game of all time? For me, Ratchet Clank has got to be it. It was a brilliant remake of the original game that did enough different and things that I absolutely love it. Well, we've got a controller here that promises to give us PS5 ergonomics, but designed to use with PS4. So what we're going to do in this video, we're going to unbox it, check it out, charge it up, and test it out on both a PS4 and a PS5. Let's hit the photo booth. So here it is on the bench, and they claim that it's novel, stable, comfortable, professional wireless controller for P4. Now, I've heard from other manufacturers the reason why they do P4 and not PS4 or PS5 is the fact that it actually gets held up at customs if it does say PlayStation or PS4, PS5. Wireless controller for PS4. So here's some interesting information on the back is the fact that it has double vibration, adaptive triggers, which I thought that was only going to be with the PS5. Works with the charging station, it says, built-in speaker, and it does have the touchpad. Available when features supported by games such as P4, P4 Pro, P4 Slim, obviously PS4, PS4 Pro, PS4 Slim, PC game, and PS5. To play PS4 games in a PS5 console. A USB cable is included to connect or charge the controller. Use that cable, and then shows on the side here the different devices that it is compatible with. So it shows the PS4, PS5, and PC. Let's go ahead and unbox this guy real quick. And it does have a little instruction slip sheet here. The controller itself, man, they could not have come closer to the legit item just from initial looks. I mean, let's just take a look here. Here's this controller versus an actual DualSense controller. It is pretty remarkable how close just the overall looks and design are. I mean, the D-pad looks identical. Now the triangle, circle, cross, and square buttons do look slightly different, but you get the idea. The home button is an actual home versus the PlayStation logo. Does have a turbo indicator. Looks like a microphone is built in. This is interesting here. It looks like it has the exact same charging port design as the PS5 DualSense controller. I like that a lot. That means that I can use my existing charging stands with this and not have any issue. Now on the top, it does look like it has your USB-C. Man, the triggers even feel very similar to the DualSense controller. The analog stick springs feel tight, I will say that, or firm. Not tight, but firm. I mean, yeah, if you handed me this and I didn't pay close attention, I would say it's the real McCoy. Now, I will say it is considerably lighter than the PS5 controller. There is a definitive weight difference between the two. Now, just real quick, to compare it to the DualSense or the DualShock 4 controller, here you can see I think the analog sticks are slightly closer together, but that's more overall the design of the DualSense versus DualShock controller. And again, you have the PS5 style charging port versus the PS4 style down below here. Looks like the LED is also around here, just like on the PS5. This is really, really interesting to me. Let's take a look here at the manual real quick, too. Let's see, when you connect your controller for the first time, or when you use the controller for the first time, you need to connect it to the PlayStation 4 using the micro USB cable. Well, it's not micro USB, this is actually USB-C, so that's interesting to note that they have a slight typo here in the manual. Once connected to the PS4, just press the home button and select your user. When the controller is connecting to the console, the light bar flashes in a white color and will stay blue when it is connected, I guess. And for the PS5, looks like the exact same setup here. Now the turbo, that is something I'm interested in. Oh, I guess you can pair via Bluetooth to a smartphone along with your PC. Sleep and wake up. If the controller fails to connect in over 30 seconds in search, it will turn off. Okay. Press the home button to turn on your controller. It will reconnect to your PlayStation 4 or 5 controller automatically to charge. Yeah, it doesn't include a charging stand, but it will work with PS5 charging stands. Turbo and clear. To activate the turbo, hold turbo and press the button you want to assign it to. Okay. So I guess this is a turbo button right there. Interesting to note. This is a damn good copy. I can't say anything otherwise. I mean, ergonomics feels spot on. Yeah, I'm actually pleasantly surprised on this. So we're going to charge this up, pair it up to our PlayStation 4 to begin with, and let's get some gameplay going. So here we are with Ratchet & Clank playing through our PlayStation 4. Now one thing I did want to point out, this is the KMD external battery pack designed for the DualSense. Plugs right in, works perfectly. That's awesome. I will say, I mean, thus far button presses are feeling pretty precise. I'm liking what I'm feeling. Rumble just went off and it felt really good. Break out some Mr. Zircon action there. Yeah, rumble is really stout. Analog sticks feel really, really good. I mean, this is controlling exactly as I would expect it to, quite honestly. It makes me feel like I'm playing this on my PS5, which is terrific. I thought I had already gotten that gold bolt. I hadn't. Death from above, it's the Lombax. I love this game so much. It's such a great reinterpretation of the original game in the series. And yes, I have gone through and beat it several times because it's just so good. Yeah, I've got to say, rumble is exceptional on here. It's really impressive with how good the rumble is. Analog sticks feel really good. The button presses are I mean, this is a great controller so far. We are going to go ahead and switch it up. We've got one more PS4 game we're going to play before moving over to the PS5. We're going to fire up some Star Wars Battlefront. And there, if you look in the upper left-hand corner, the battery was cycling, showing that it was charging, which is pretty stinking awesome. All right, so we are going to dive into some Battlefront and do a team battle at the Great Temple of Yavin 4. So far so good, but I will say that the lighting a little bit on the dark side, but I need to turn up the brightness and contrast on my TV here. Yeah, this is working exactly as it should. Yeah, no, I am liking this a lot. I mean, this to me feels and is playing exactly like a DualShock or a DualSense controller. All right, so I think this is going to do it for us on the PlayStation 4. Let's move on over and connect it to our PS5 and check and see how that plays. And I do want to test out what happens if you do happen to try to play a PS5 game with it. All right, we are diving into some F1 2020. I do actually have 2021, but that's PS5, not PS4. Let's check and see how well this plays. We'll continue on to Bahrain. We're just going to use the default setup on here. I'm not going to tweak anything. Now there's quite a bit actually that goes on here in F1 games. You have throttle and brake, obviously. You have the ERS, or the energy recovery system, you need to manage. The DRS, the drag reduction system, you need to manage as well. We should have a good tow coming down the front straightaway here. Ooh, good speed down that front straightaway. Probably hear the rumble going off my hand. It's pretty impressive. I will say the triggers feel good for throttle and brake. I feel like I definitely have enough range of motion in here to kind of get on and off the throttle in a way that I'm not overcooking corners, not over skidding the tires, sliding the tires. Nice, got through there really well. DRS, that's the drag reduction system. There you can see the rear wing is open now. I also go ahead and manually shift too, at least on the downshift side. On the upshift, I'm not as concerned with it. But by doing the manual downshift, it actually helps with weight transfer to the nose, helps the car steer a little bit faster.
And you'll get the best performance when they're both inside a normal operating window. Surface temps tend to fluctuate
133.5, nice.
with the data open and get a feel for how to control them.
And good speaker quality there to hear Jeff, our lead mechanic, lead engineer. I was also able to change the throttle mapping from standard to rich, and they're back again to rich. Purple sector 1. There's a lot going on in the cockpit on an F1 car, even as a video game. Ooh, turned it way too early, screwed up that apex. Wow.
We've only got 2 laps of fuel left.
Not sure we're going to get purple sector 2 now at this point. Not just green, so on par with what we did that first lap. We're going to have full rich and overtake on the ERS all the way to the checkered flag roll to the start-finish line. Try to beat that 133.5. And no, we just missed it barely. I mean, we showed it at the intro. Might as well get into a little bit of God of War. I have to admit, I've not spent nearly enough time with this game. I really need to. I mean, I've never not enjoyed a God of War series game, and this is just, it's A, it's stunning, and B, everything that I've played thus far has just been terrific. Isn't that right, boy? Pushing in on the analog sticks to run and everything worked just fine. Using the right stick to control the camera works perfectly too. Really quite happy with this overall. Again, if you would have just handed me this controller and said, play a game, I would have said, oh, it's a DualSense controller. It's really comfortable. It works. I mean, it just works. That is part of it. So overall, what do I think of this controller? It's good. It's really, really good. And for the money, you're looking about 40 bucks. So it is going to be less expensive than a DualShock or a DualSense controller. But man, it offers a lot of functionality that the, I just really appreciate the fact that it is pretty much the same shape and everything as the DualSense. Giving me a DualShock experience is definitely terrific. I think that it's, you know, it's very comfortable. I mean, if you've held a DualSense controller, this would feel very similar to you. I just don't remember what the... There we go. Hopefully, maybe. Well, my problem is I just haven't played this game enough. I don't remember the controls. But yeah, overall, just terrific, terrific game. Terrific. So overall, just a super terrific controller. Something I think they have done a great job with. And overall, something that if you are looking for another controller, a DualSense or a DualShock controller to play PS4 games and have a more similar PS5 experience than what the DualShock provides, this is definitely one to consider. Now it's time to go ahead and wrap things up. Okay, so what do I think of this in the end? I mean, this is fantastic. They nailed the aesthetics and the feel of the original PlayStation 5 DualSense controller. In fact, I accidentally grabbed my DualSense controller initially to do the wrap-up. That's how good this feels in the hands. It claims to have the adaptive triggers, but I have yet to feel it myself. But above and beyond that, like the LED works, the touchpad works, the button presses work. Everything is terrific on this, and the fact that I can use it with like charging accessories for the actual DualSense controller works on this without a problem. This works with charging docks for the DualSense controller without a problem. For the money, again, you're looking about 40 bucks for one of these. This is a really fine controller. Now, I do wish that it had the PS5 compatibility as far as being able to play PS5 games. You're paying $40 instead of $70, $60, whatever the DualSense controllers go for. So, I mean, that's not to be unexpected, but as good and as close as this is to this, I would love to see a PS5 compatible version of this in the very near future. Even the speaker on here was really, really good, which I was surprised by. Now, if you do want to pick one of these up, I will have a link down below in a pinned comment where you can check it out on our Amazon affiliate store. Again, I want to thank the manufacturer for sending this to us to check out. It's really a quite good controller. Now, if you do have any other comments or questions, as always, feel free to email me at rocksolidmail@gmail.com. You can send me a message on Twitter at RockSolidStudios. We are on Facebook at facebook.com/RockSolidProductions, Instagram at instagram.com/RockSolidProductionsGK, and don't forget to check out our 3D printed accessory store on screen right now, where we have a number of different gaming accessories to make storage a whole lot easier for you. Like, for example, we have storage cases here for Famicom games, Famicom Disk System games, and then over there I actually do have a PlayStation 4 and 5 game case as well. Pretty handy. Now, if you are looking for any other accessories or games for your PS4 or PS5, make sure you check out CastlemaniaGames.com. The cool thing over there, you earn rewards every time you go ahead and shop there. His Castle Cash program, it's just like cash. The more you spend, the more you earn towards future purchases, and Castle Cash, like I mentioned, is just like cash. You can also use promo code ROCKSOLID10 to save 10% off of most items on the website. Not everything's included. It'll let you know right at checkout. And like I mentioned too, if you do want to be informed with more videos like this that we have coming out, talking about different accessories for the PS4, PS5, Switch, modern and retro gaming, do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, and that bell notification. That way every time we have new information coming out for you, you will be kept informed and up to date, especially with great videos just like these. Thank you for watching this video. If you would like to support the future of Rock Solid Productions, you can do so by visiting our Patreon page at patreon.com/rocksolid. For as little as $1 a month, $12 a year, you'll get early access to all of our video content, exclusive content, and a whole lot more. You can also become a channel member here on YouTube for as little as $1.99 a month, and with that, you get a badge next to your name when you comment or post on the channel, and you are acknowledged whether you are a channel member or a Patreon supporter at the end of each and every one of our videos. You can also support the channel by visiting our Teespring store on screen now, where we have t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, masks, cell phone cases, and much more. Again, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you soon.